Hi guys, it's Summers here and welcome to another episode of my FIFA 2019 Squad Goals Career Mode with Aston Villa. And in the start of this episode we're going to face off against Manchester City away from home at the Etihad Stadium.
Welcome to the pitch, our visitors Aston Villa and your Manchester City.
As we can see, Daniel De Rossi there filing out as part of the Manchester City lineup. We'll just have a look at who's playing for them at the moment. So Danilo, Silva, Laporte, Zinchenko, Herrera, De Rossi, Fernandinho, Silva, Jesus and Sane, of course, out on the left wing. De Bruyne on the bench. And our lineup for this game is Horn in goal, El Mohammadi at right back, Chester, Bastoni in centre, Wagnerman out on the left, Pugh, Maitland-Niles and Shaparenko in the middle, with Nelson, Weah and Smith-Rowe lining up front. Okay, so Nelson's got the ball out here on the wing and he's knocked it into the box. Couldn't really get any purchase on it. It's come out to Smith-Rowe and he's side-footed it in. 6 minutes in and we're ahead at Man City. It's a great through ball again to Smith-Rowe down the channel, and he's just slotted it home. I don't know what the keeper was playing at, to be honest. So yeah, the ball's got knocked out to Smith-Rowe on the left hand side. He's hit it first time and it was a side foot. Yeah, and the keeper, what the hell was that? This year the keepers are horrendous in terms of the way that they try to stop the ball. Okay, so Leroy Sané there holding players off, and he's got the shot away, and it was a very good effort there from distance from Sané. Cuts back onto his left foot and it goes quite a distance wide, but it was a great effort nonetheless. Moving out onto the second half here, and Pugh's got the ball out on the left hand wing. He's cutting back inside, he's thrown it into the box towards Nelson, and poor effort there from Nelson. Perhaps he should have nodded it back across the box. Wagnerman here on the ball, knocked it down the line to Shaparenko. He's got it into the box. Nothing doing there, but it's come out to Maitland-Niles and onto Pugh. Pugh's knocked it onto El Mohammadi and he hit it first time. Waited for it to come across his body, swiveled on it and hit it, and it was heading towards the top right hand corner. It wasn't a bad effort, to be honest, from the right back. Man City on the attack though, knocking the ball around nicely, and it's Sane with the left foot shot there from about 16 yards, blazes it into the top corner. Just some nice 1-2 football there from City. Can't get anywhere near them, can't get them under pressure, and Sane with the outside of his foot smashes it in. Horn can do literally nothing about it. 1-1 now against City. 86th minute. Herrera onto Jesus. Step overs. Managed to block it. Sané's got the ball though, and he's hit it. And Horn's got the save at his near post. So a draw there against Guardiola's Man City away from home. A really good result for ourselves. We had to hold on for a very long time in that game. Pugh got man of the match for us and collected 8 points for his efforts, with Smith-Rowe on 6 and Bastoni got 4. Got a loan offer in here for Ewan Alexander, the young goalkeeper. I'm not sure what to do with this, to be perfectly honest. We're going to negotiate anyway, as we always would do. It's from Genk. See if we can get him out on a short-term loan. I don't want to let him go on a year's loan. Get him out there on a short loan. Hopefully give him some improvements. Trying to negotiate the wage split here. Managed to get a 70-30 split, so that saves us a little bit more money whilst he's out there accumulating some experience with Genk. As we can move on into the training here, we're just going to change up a couple of the scenarios. Timothy Weah in the first slot. it's all based on the fact that obviously he got player of the episode last time around with 27 points. That's the biggest point swing we've seen so far in terms of the points that are accrued by players throughout an episode. So he did an exceptional job throughout the last section of games. So get an offer here in from Northern Ireland, I believe that was, for management, which we duly declined. We don't want to do international management. As we move on out in second game of this episode against Everton, and we're away from home again, this time at Goodison Park. Horn in goal, Oxford at right back, Chester, Zagadou in the middle with Henry out left, Pugh, Burge and McGinn are in midfield with Nelson, Weyer and Smith Rowe up front. Ball's a bit loose there. Everton, unlucky there from Everton. They've got a free kick though with 20 minutes into the game, and it took a wild effort there from quite a distance. You can see we're under the cosh here. The shots galore from Everton in the opening phase of this game. We just can't see. We're penned in, just can't seem to get out of there. But got an early chance here, and we're playing the ball around quite nicely. 35 minutes into the match, just trying to get some possession, move Everton around, and try to change the makeup of this game. Nelson now on the ball, knocks it inside to McGinn, and McGinn's knocked it onto Smith Rowe, and he's found Timothy Weyer in space, and it's a goal from Timothy Weyer. Player of the episode last time around, and he's started this one quite successfully too. 36 minutes into the game and we've taken the lead against Everton. It's a great bit of play. We were knocking it around really well. Smith Rowe finds Weyer in space inside the box and he just finesse shots it into the corner past the onrushing keeper. Tried to get as much of the goal covered as he possibly could, but he just couldn't get enough of the left-hand side of the goal covered to stop Weyer from scoring. Toussaint on the ball here, out to Walcott. It's been found again and it's Schneiderlin in. Fantastic block there from Horn with his feet. I did rush him, to be honest, so it was partly an effort on my behalf. Smith Rowe, he's found Weyer again in space. Oh, he should have finished that. You would have thought that Weyer would have finished that chance, to be honest, with time added on in the first half. That would have really been a great way to go in at half time. Second half here, 57 minutes in, and Everton have really been knocking the ball around well. Toussaint with the shot there has to be parried away quite away by Horn, and again he's on the ball here. Oh, and it's a magnificent goal. That is top draw, top corner with that shot as well. Really nice goal there from Everton, and we finished that game 1-1. Again, a great result to get this episode underway. Two really good results against really good opposition, so I'm quite pleased with the way that this one's starting to pan out. In that episode, Smith Rowe got man of the match, 7 points on the board, alongside Weyer, who's also got 7 points from there. And that means that this episode's top player is now Smith Rowe with 13 points. Pugh's on 8 behind him, and then Weyer on 7 and Horn on 6. Moving on to training again, and obviously we need to displace all of the training scenarios that we had in the bag with Weyer, so we're changing those for the youth players again. Maitland-Niles I'd like to give some extra training to as well. As we go to the second round of training back to back. So you and Alexander, we've got another offer in for. We're going to negotiate that one as well, because again we don't want to send him out on a year's loan. Always want to send these players out on short-term loans, and then it will cost us less if we have to call them back as well. I'm not a fan of calling players back, but obviously if we need to, then it will cost us less to do so. And it's another away game. This time we're at Manchester United.
Will you please make
Old Trafford.
We welcome to the pitch our visitors, Aston Villa and your Manchester United.
This should be yet another challenging game. Another top-line team that we're playing against, with De Gea in goal, Haller at right back, Pavard, Kimpembe and Sidabi. Been busy in the transfer window. Pogba, Paul and Fred in midfield, with Pereira, Enrich and Sanchez up front. So that means that they've got Lukaku, Lingard, a raft of players on the bench. Horn in goal for us, with El Mohammadi, Chester, Bastoni and Henry at back. We have got Grealish, Berge and McGinn in midfield. Then we've got Nelson, Weah and Smith Rowe. I would suggest that this might be close to our strongest lineup at the moment that we've fielded against Manchester United, as we hit one from distance there. That was a magnificent effort, and it called on probably one of the world's best keepers to pull that out the top corner. Sander Berge with a brilliant shot there. It did get a small deflection. Okay, so Berge is on the ball again. He's knocked it into McGinn, and it's a rather ambitious effort there from McGinn as it dropped out to him on the edge of the box. Moving on into the second half, and as we can tell, we kind of pegged Manchester United back in that first half, but they've opened up proceedings here with a sterling effort, but it was an offside one. Sanchez couldn't, Sanchez there, just offside, just. Another one of those scenarios where the offside system is perhaps a little broken. El Mohammadi here on the right has lost out. Sanchez has got away with the ball, and Lukaku, near post, nearly gets it past Horn, but he's managed to gather it in. Fred knocks it on into the box, and Lukaku with another effort, and Horn has to tip it around. Mallow here, knocking it into the box, and this time Lukaku's drifted away from Bastoni, and with 79 minutes on the clock, it could be an uphill struggle from here to try to get the equaliser. Manchester United have been in the ascendancy, if we're honest, and it's been a long time coming. They have really put us under quite a bit of pressure in this half, so we'll see what we can do though. I'm hopeful that we can still get an equaliser. Yeah, Bastoni there just missing out and drifts over the top of him, straight into Lukaku's path. Kodra here with a through ball to Pugh, cuts back, deflected. It's not a bad effort from Pugh. Pugh again on the edge of the box, knocks it to Shaparenko, and Shaparenko somehow found him again. Should have scored that Pugh. 89th minute, probably the last chance we're going to get. Shaparenko on the edge of the box. He's knocked it inside to Pugh, and Pugh once again. He's had all three of the best chances in the tail end of this game, and unfortunately we've lost out to Jose Mourinho there. 1-0 to Manchester United. It was a good game though for us, to be honest. You can't win all of these or draw all of these sort of games against the top clubs. Shaparenko got man of the match and 6 points, and Horn was fantastic in that game. He got 4 points. So this episode's top players now are Smith Rowe with 14, Horn with 10, Pugh with 7 and Weah with 6. Moving on into training again, and we're going to drop Jack Grealish out of the running here and put Horn in his place. Just trying to improve his penalties. Perhaps we might get him to take some penalties in the future. Moving on to the last game of this episode, and we're at home finally against Crystal Palace. Okay, so in this game, we're going to play Figueiredo in goal. Horn's a bit tired. Bree, Oxford, Zagadou and Wagnerman are at the back. Pugh, Maitland-Niles and Shaparenko in midfield, with Green, Dicko and Tavernier up front. We've got quite a few players actually that were quite fatigued after that run of games that we've just been on, so had to make some changes to the lineup to try. We've given away a penalty. Maitland-Niles there on the edge of the box, dragged down his player. 7 minutes in and we're going to face a penalty. Yeah, just clip the player in the box. You know, you can't make that kind of challenge. But can Figueiredo come to the rescue? We've been pretty good at saving penalties of late, so as he gives us the grobble our legs, trying to put the player off. Dives to his right, to the player's left, and he makes the save. What a fantastic save there by Figueroa. And we get the ball away. But more pressure from Crystal Palace here. Got the ball in, and it's another great save there at his near post by Figueroa. Battered that ball towards goal, and he managed to palm it away. Here's the resultant corner. Gone out to the man that's running in for the short corner, but that's dragged us away from the actual action as he takes the corner, and it's a great header. We basically got manoeuvred there. Should have got it on the line. Goalkeeper and Wagnerman between them surely should have stopped that header. As I think Figueroa can actually phase through other people. His arm just appeared to disappear through Wagnerman then. As we get Green out onto the ball here. Ooh, it's a zippy shot across the face of the goal and nearly gets us a goal there. Tavernier straight on into the box, hits one, but it's a weak effort. Nice through ball there from Crystal Palace. And Figueroa again brought into the action and palms it around. Green knocks the ball into the box with a header from Dicko. It was a decent header straight down the centre, but he's actually offside by the looks of it. Yeah, as Green knocks it into the box there, he was just slightly offside. So it's a loss there in this game against Crystal Palace. Bree got man of the match and 6 points for his efforts. Figueroa was fantastic in that episode and manages to score 4. That means that top player of the episode is Smith Rowe with 14, Horn got 6, Pugh got 6 and Whale with 6. Okay, moving out to scout reports, see what we found in Italy. A few players here that have some potential, others not so much. A couple of players there though that I think will just continue to scout. Moving out to Alfie Rose here, who's in Nigeria, seeing who he's scouted. We've got a rather big bunch of players here, none of which have got an exceptional amount of talent, if I'm being honest. Babiaro's still the main one in that lineup that we may take forward. If you did enjoy the episode, don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel for more FIFA 2019 content.